These are the top 5 to 10 stocks to buy before the AI snap consumes everything. Here's a quick look. I will discuss each one in detail and why I think this is a good company to own during the AI expansion. And some of these might be a little too late to get a good size return, but others will benefit during the long term. You might be familiar with a lot of these, but you might not be as familiar with every single detail of their business and how it will benefit from AI. And during this market crash, might be some bargain opportunities to pick up best of class AI stocks. Let's jump into it.
Don't ask them, what do we know? What I forgot is better than whatever they remember.
The bigger circle, these are, in my opinion, must-haves to benefit from the AI boom. The ones on the right are nice-to-haves. You can pick them up, maybe not. Maybe they have a lot more room to grow, or maybe they have topped off. Now, AMD, NVIDIA, Tesla, Alibaba, and here I had Intel before, but now I've switched it in for ASML. ASML is the Dutch company that provides machines that both NVIDIA, AMD, Intel, Taiwan Semiconductor, that everybody uses to create advanced chips. They're basically a monopoly. And when you look around, there's a lot of monopolies in these charts. So we like monopolies. They can just do what monopolies do and make a ton of money. We're going to start off with Google. We're going to work our way around, and then we'll touch up on these other ones afterwards. First of all, Google, known for search engine optimization, pay-per-click ads, also has GPay, has the Android operating system, YouTube, Google Maps, and their own AI, Gemini. If you thought that Google is sleeping on the AI train, you are mistaken. They've been throttling themselves. They've been ahead of everybody, but they are being extra careful. They might have slept on it a little too long, but I trust they will come back from behind real hard. Next up, Meta. You know them for Oculus, Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, and the Ray-Bans. They also have their AI called Llama. This is an open source large language model, and Meta is one of the biggest purchasers of the AI chips from NVIDIA. Next up, Microsoft. You might be familiar with their Windows operating system, or perhaps the fact that they have Xbox, a gaming console. They recently purchased Activision Blizzard, one of the biggest game producers in the world. They have data centers. Also, they have a stake in ChatGPT company OpenAI, which they have integrated into their operating system, and their own AI called Copilot that's part of Windows now. Also, they own LinkedIn, a social platform. So if you notice here, each one of these has a social component. Google has YouTube. Meta, of course, has Instagram and Facebook, also WhatsApp. Microsoft has LinkedIn and now Xbox and Activision Blizzard. These are platforms as well where people socialize. Next up, Amazon has Twitch in the same theme, known for delivering you goods, but Amazon's actually most powerful business line is their Amazon Web Services, their data center that most apps run on. If you go and watch Netflix later today, it's running on AWS, like most apps in the world. They're running on one of these clouds, either Google Cloud, Microsoft Azure, or AWS. And lastly, my favorite company, which is Coinbase. Once AI is doing what AI does, what money do you think AI will use? I'll wait. Think AI will want to wait 5 days for a bank transaction to settle, or instant settlement payments? Because AI can't have a bank account, but you can have a smart wallet on the blockchain that has funds that you can task an AI to use in order to accomplish its tasks. You want your AI to go ahead and book you a trip or hire somebody to do something, well, they're going to need money. So this is why Coinbase and crypto in general is part of the AI train. Now, moving on, we have AMD, Nvidia, Tesla, Alibaba, and ASML. ASML is a Dutch monopoly that produces machines for every advanced chip manufacturer. So you cannot make graphics cards, you cannot make CPUs without ASML machines. And since they're a monopoly, they have pricing power and they can just keep ratcheting up as demand for AI chips goes up. Both Nvidia, AMD, and Intel are desperate to make as many as they can because these big hyperscalers are demanding ever more so. I believe Meta has already bought $40 billion of AI chips from Nvidia. Of course, AMD is the second option when it comes to GPUs, and I'm sure they will nip at the heels of Nvidia to take some of that sweet profit and margin away. Tesla is also one of big purchasers of AI. So once they actually utilize it, we will soon see full self-driving and robotaxis, or cybertaxis, I think Elon calls them. Once your car can make you money when it's parked and you're not using it, that's going to be a game changer. First, it may mean fewer cars on the road, less reason to own one, or perhaps even more reason to own one. If my vehicle can pay for itself by being a taxi when I'm not using it, it's basically a free vehicle for me, or maybe even a source of income. Perhaps Tesla themselves will just create a fleet that they will use. They will also probably make money on fees, kind of like Uber does or Lyft. Might be bad for Lyft or Uber, or might be good. Who knows? Maybe they will just not use any human drivers anymore and they'll just buy Teslas. I think this is further away than people think. My full self-driving or supervised makes a lot of mistakes if I'm not watching. I wouldn't feel comfortable sitting in the backseat of a Tesla driving right now. Maybe with the next update, I'll change my mind. But as far as I know right now, it doesn't make the best decisions all the time. Next up, Alibaba. This is basically Amazon of China. They have a ton of data. They have data centers, logistics, basically Amazon of China in a lot of ways, and not to be underestimated based on the data they have. They have so much consumer data. And I think that rounds it off. Obviously, NVIDIA probably doesn't need to be discussed. They are the main provider of all advanced chips for AI. So all of these hyperscalers give NVIDIA billions and billions of dollars every quarter to compete each other who has more AI chips to run inference. If you are behind the 8 ball on the AI train, it may be a little late for things like NVIDIA or ASML, but perhaps AMD, Alibaba, and Tesla have not reached their full valuations for their AI components. Here, Microsoft has benefited from OpenAI ChatGPT, but they have still not integrated AI into all their games, which I think will be very powerful. Of course, Meta is spending a lot and has one of the best distribution models. I want to see what they use that $40 billion they spent on AI and then continue to spend. And of course, Google has the most data in the world, both audio, video, and text. So their models, I expect to be superior in the end, just because data wins. According to Dr. Kai-Fu Lee, AI Superpower, China, Silicon Valley, and the New World Order. Quick read, not a thick book, but very insightful on the value of data. Here, Dr. Lee suggests that the best AI scientist is not as good as a mid scientist that has 10 times more data. And when it comes to China and Alibaba, they have so many more people and so many more users that the data is powerful. Now, Facebook and Google, of course, service the world, and they also have a shitload of data. Don't underestimate Google or Meta or Microsoft, but also don't think China is sleeping on this. There you have it. Top 5 must-own AI stocks and additional 5 nice-to-haves that could potentially continue to run or be a surprise run in the upcoming AI snap. Before the AI overlords take over, let's make some money off these companies. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure to like and subscribe. And as always, may the force of compound interest be with you. Peace.
Peace.